Go.
Hi, I'm Sam Lancaster, and this is my speech, My Hero. And this is my audience: Carson, Grandma, Maisie, Jennifer, Drew, and Daddy. Okay. This is my speech, My Hero. Who is your hero? Whose name comes to your mind when you think, what would so-and-so do? Is it a fictional character, a celebrity, or a parent? Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is, what is a hero? My criteria or definition of a hero is a person that is a role model or looked up to by others and has characteristics of being selfless, courageous, and honest. With this question of who is my hero on my mind, I managed to conjure up an answer. My grandma is someone in my life who meets the expectations of my definition of a hero. Therefore, I will speak of her heroic actions in ways of selflessness, courage, and honesty. Let's start with the first action of how my grandma displays selflessness. For example, she housed her granddaughter. As I could not find a place to live, she took it upon herself to make sure I had somewhere to go. She then turned her old playhouse/storage building into a tiny home. With the help of my uncles, my dad, and especially my grandma, she made it all happen. Another example of her selflessness would be her tea parties. These tea parties included my grandma and her 13 grandchildren decorating and dressing up to different themed tea parties. She had a rock and roll, Southern Belle, Roaring Twenties, luau, and many other themed tea parties. These examples took time, hard work, and selflessness to have completed, and it was all because my grandmother is a caring, selfless person and is also willing to put a smile on anyone's face. Just as my grandma is selfless, she is also courageous. For instance, she was a single mother who raised 4 boys. Raising 4 boys took a lot of courage for my grandmother to do, as this included a lot of devotion over time and the ability to handle any situation for her sons throughout her. Not only did her sons have a lot of extracurriculars that needed attended to, they also always needed someone to lean on and someone to teach them how to be brave. Another example of her courage would be how she was elected as the county's tax commissioner and ran for 12 years. My grandma was elected to this job because she had the ability to be strong-minded, brave, and be a leader in her community. These 2 specific situations serve as a good reason for how my grandma is courageous. Now that I've explained how she is selfless and courageous, let's move on to how she is honest. One example of how she is honest would be that I like to take my grandmother shopping because whether it is for home decor, clothes, or homecoming dress, she will always give her honest opinion on the item and make sure it's worth buying, and she'll judge it off the way it looks and tell you her honest opinion. Another way she is honest is her ability to give advice. In many instances where I have been confused, hurt, or just seeking advice, I have turned to my grandma first. She has always had the ability to listen and give her honest advice in any situation. She also makes her opinion known, and she is always truthful with her words and her actions. These 2 examples make a good explanation as how my grandma is honest. To sum up, we have recognized how I define what a hero is and who I believe is a hero in my life. I have provided specific situations of how my grandma meets the definition of a hero by being selfless, courageous, and honest. As I have provided you with an example of what a hero is and who my hero is, you should be able to answer the question of who is your hero.